Why do bad things happen to good people? I think about a time in my life when this was a question that came to mind, not only for myself, but for my whole family. My grandma, the stronghold of our entire family, was diagnosed with leukemia. For so many, this word means death, but not to my grandmother. She persevered through so much in order to stay with her family. She constantly maintained that she was strong and that nothing would take her from us. Little did she know that the cancer was weakening her to the core. Over the course of only a few months, she was told several life expectancies, each time a shorter guess. She went through so many horrible tests and was sicker than anyone deserved to be. Because she was so incredibly weak, she wasn't allowed to even go outdoors and was eventually quarantined. I know she was alone and scared, but she maintained her strength for the rest of us. My grandmother quickly passed, but not peacefully. The family continually asked, why her? My grandpa, on the other hand, was always expected to go first because he never took care of himself. He was bitter and rude, and to this day is still as he has always been. Everyone would like to blame God for these horrible occurrences, and that may very well be a part of his plan. But after dealing with my grandpa, we feel that this was a way for my grandmother to finally be free. It for sure taught the rest of the family a good lesson in patience in order to care for my grandpa. There is another common example that comes to mind, especially for those in the religious world. Job was considered to be the most righteous man on earth. As a test of faith, God allowed Satan to attack everything that Job held dear. Everything he owned was burned, crushed, stolen, or killed, and yet through all that he remained faithful to God, blessing his name in spite of his loss and pain. As a reward for his commitment, God blessed him with much greater abundance than he had already had. Without trials to encounter our triumph, there would be no triumph. If there was no sadness, then we would never understand happiness. Everything would be emotionless, somewhat like the Stepford Wives, where everyone is blissfully ignorant. Simply remember that our sufferings create us, and we rejoice in the hope of the glory of God. Not only so, but we also rejoice in our sufferings, because we know that suffering produces perseverance, perseverance character, and character hope. And hope does not disappoint us. You see, at just the right time, when we were still powerless, Christ died for the ungodly.